We want to welcome anyone who's listening or not to this episode of R2 Detour Bros. My name is Josh, and as usual, I am joined with my brother Tom. And this episode, we are asking the important question if the Clone Wars series saved the prequel trilogy. We also have so many questions about how Padme actually died. Did the Clone Wars series actually save the prequel trilogy? Because it has been well said that the prequels were, I'm just going to say, bad.
They weren't the greatest.
No, they weren't. So that's a cool question. Now we just talk about the Clone Wars. I love the Clone Wars, but do you think the prequels were bad? I heard you say that.
Script-wise, yes.
Yeah.
I think they had a lot of good plots, and like the plot was really good. They just I ruined it with the script, and
the script being
and
bad.
there's so much that George Lucas had to talk about in 7 hours.
Okay.
So he had 7 hours to tell this one huge story that it actually took more than that to talk about the fall of Anakin and all the stories and why the separatists are separate now. It explains all that stuff, because in the movies it's just there's the separatists and here's everyone else and here's the Republic. You don't get to know why they're fighting. Like it just enhances the story a lot better. It explains a lot of the different characters' backstories. You get my favorite character, Ahsoka Tano.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it really just amplified it, and also it opened up the gates for Rebels, the new Ahsoka show, the Mandalorian that just is coming out, like the next season. Like all these shows have really revitalized, and it can all be traced back to the Clone Wars. Like it's showing that Star Wars doesn't have to be movies; it can be a show.
Yeah, they've made so much since Clone Wars, and good stuff. Some of it's pretty good. And to go back to your prequels thing about being bad, like with the script or screenplay, whatever you want to call it, the visuals were pretty good.
Oh yeah, yeah. I had nothing wrong with the CGI and all that stuff. Like it was still a really good movie, very well executed, except for the puppet in Phantom Menace. The original Yoda puppet in Phantom Menace. I don't know if you have seen that.
No, please tell.
They didn't have the original puppet from Return of the Jedi, I believe,
Okay.
because Frank Oz created two puppets, and it wasn't Frank Oz that created Yoda in Phantom Menace. The puppet in Phantom Menace didn't look like Yoda. It looked like a meth version of Yoda. Type into Google Phantom Menace puppet Yoda or Yoda puppet. There's a reason why they CGI'd Yoda in, is because they initially had the puppet, but the puppet just
Okay. So let's tell everyone who's listening, not just me, what to Google right now.
Phantom Menace Yoda puppet.
Got it.
It was the theatrical release, VHS and DVD, the initial releases, and then Disney came back through and CGI'd Yoda in. The Yoda that we know, the Yoda that looks very similar to
Okay.
the
So
original trilogy.
yeah.
And they did that
What is
because
the
they lost the template in the
difference?
mold. Do you not see him? He looks weird.
Maybe I can't find the right picture.
Yeah, they remastered him shortly after because it's not the same puppet in Attack of the Clones. He was CGI'd in Attack of the Clones.
It's like the forehead looks like it's caving in.
It's
I see it
because
now. I found the
yeah,
pictures.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
especially side
Yeah.
by side. Um,
Yeah,
yeah.
it looks like Yoda's methed out cousin.
Did they remake that? Like, what is that?
They lost the original mold for Yoda, so that's
Oh.
why and it was like making it from memory essentially, and they just
Oh.
the
So how did they do the puppet then in the new ones?
lot better technology, and
They
there's
did
3D
like
scan stuff now
3D scanning
because
printing, yeah.
Yoda is was CGI. They had a CGI model, and they could base it off the CGI model.
Okay. Yeah. That is funny. So anybody that's listening, just look up the what is it? Phantom Menace
And then
Yoda
Yoda
puppet
puppet.
because it is weird is a good way. Did you say weird?
Yeah, very
Yeah.
weird.
Weird is a good way to put it.
Yoda's methed out cousin.
Like there's this one where the eyeballs are going separate ways. I do you see that one? It's not in the
Yeah.
one you were looking at. It's like in another one where it's like he's like
Yeah, I see
he's
it.
looking up, but his eyes are going two different directions like a chameleon. Oh my gosh. And there were people that were really upset that it was CGI'd Yoda and there was no Yoda puppet. Well, I'm fucking glad they CGI'd it. Like that's gonna scare little
Terrible.
kids.
Yeah. Yeah. He's not the happy little gremlin in the swamp. He's like Yoda's trailer park methed out cousin.
Eat you, I
He's
will.
not. I think they kept Yaddle as a puppet.
Oh my gosh, there's this other one. It's even weirder. He's like got his finger up to his mouth, like shh. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, I see that one that you're talking about. That's
It's creepy.
yeah.
That's scary. That's like Freddy Krueger coming for you in your dreams.
Yeah, it's not the cute little old man that lives in the swamp. It's
Good lord.
but he was CGI throughout the entire prequels because of that puppet.
Oh my
I don't
gosh.
even remember what we were talking about. I got so sidetracked with this puppet.
No, Yoda puppets are good. Yoda puppets are always good to talk about. We're just talking about the Clone Wars, so
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yoda
But
puppets in Clone Wars. Yoda was in the Clone Wars. It's very relevant.
yeah, so I thought that was the point I was making. Like the CGI, like Yoda
Yeah. The
was a good
visuals.
CGI.
Yeah.
Like they didn't do a bad job with Yoda. They didn't do a bad job like with any of that stuff.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Especially the opening sequence of Revenge of the Sith. That's probably the best opening sequence ever.
Man, I still need to watch
Opening
that
scene.
movie.
It's where they are where Palpatine gets kidnapped by Grievous and
Yeah.
they
I
crash the ship.
remember. Oh, I'm yawning. Jeez. No. Yeah, I remember. That that was a very good one. I just need to watch that movie again.
But like I said, they did a really good job um with the visuals on that. I mean, they tried to use as much practical effect as possible because that's just what George Lucas is really good at. I mean, look at the original trilogy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think that the prequels did really amplify, or not the prequels, the Clone Wars series amplified the prequels.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably best to watch them together in a chronological order, I would say. And it gives you a lot of story, it gives you a lot of depth. I remember thinking at the beginning of Clone Wars, I think there was a few people, you being one of them, said to watch it. It's pretty good. And I didn't start watching Clone Wars until its final season. I believe I binged it all. Did that release like weekly?
Uh, the Clone Wars.
Yeah, like its final
Yeah,
season.
so when it yeah, it was released weekly on its
And it
final season.
and it has like
And they ended it like right at Star Wars Day, so it was like the perfect ending again.
yeah. I watched, I believe, the last one when it came out, but I believe I caught up to it by the end of the release.
Yeah.
So I didn't, what is that, 7 seasons or 6? It's 7 seasons.
Yeah, 7 seasons.
Okay.
But the first 6 seasons were released on um, Cartoon Network.
Oh, right,
The
network
Cartoon
TV.
Network show.
Yeah. Okay. So that is
But
not when I watched it. I
recently,
watched it when the last one released, and I caught up to it, and I was quite behind. But I remember you, amongst a few people, that said to watch it. It's actually really good. So I did. I
yeah,
gave it a try. I did not like the first episode, but I liked Yoda being there, and then from there I was pretty much into it. It was really good.
yeah.
I felt like the first episode, which is sometimes what a pilot is. That's
It's
generally the
most,
pilot episodes. Well,
yeah,
sometimes the pilots don't make episode 1, I think. But anyways, they're usually just kind of to explain something or to kind of just sell the product, and then you can kind of get in depth of the story. That's usually what it kind of is. Usually what it kind of. So that one, I kind of overlooked that, but I quickly got into it, loved it. I absolutely love that series.
yeah. I think the Clone Wars is a good, really good series. I mean, that's where you get Maul, you get his backstory, you get the explanation on why Maul is such a big character in the movie.
Yeah.
And then you get the Night Sisters, you get everything.
Yeah.
And we're talking about the Cartoon Network animated show, the 3D animated, not the weird 2D animated one, because that is not considered canon.
Oh, I don't know what that
It was
is.
only one season,
Oh, okay.
or 2 seasons,
Well, I know the Clone Wars came out to be the 7 seasons, and
two
it
seasons,
2 seasons, 3 seasons.
3 seasons. Yes, it's a 2D animated. It's not considered canon. It's just it's a legend show because it
Okay.
contradicts itself a lot.
Okay. But the Clone Wars did start with a 1.5, a 90-minute feature film, I guess,
Yes, yes, it
which
did.
I actually have not seen. I will say I have not seen that.
It's like a kids movie. Like you're not. Don't watch it for an Academy Award winning plot line.
It doesn't have a
But
good
it's still
story?
really good. It's a good story. I'm just saying it's not. It's still like kids show. Like it's still got some of the kids jokes. It's got you know what I mean.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's still a good storyline.
Okay. Well, so I haven't seen that. So then how many times have you seen the Clone Wars all the way through?
The show I have watched 2 times all the way through.
2 times.
So I watched the original 6 seasons all the way through once, and then they announced that they were releasing season 7. So I watched it again and then went straight into it.
Okay, nice. What is that gap between 6 and 7? Because it released on 2 different platforms. What is that? Can you explain that?
So the show started in 2008. Season 6, the final episode came out in 2014. That's where Yoda goes to this ancient world where he learns about the source of the midichlorians. He talks to Qui-Gon. That's where he learns about like how to connect with Qui-Gon.
Right. And you're talking about Qui-Gon being dead and as a
Yeah, he's
force. Are
dead.
they a
A
force
Force
ghost?
ghost.
Is that what we call him? Force
Yes.
ghost? Okay, so
Yes.
Qui-Gon becomes a force ghost. What I guess we should say is in the movies, they're just kind of force people, but they talk about how Qui-Gon Jinn, the Jedi Master, reaches out to Yoda through the Force as a Force ghost and actually shows Yoda how to do it, right?
Yes. Yes.
And then from there, Yoda spreads it through the Academy,
Uh
or at least to
just
is it
just to
just
Obi-Wan.
is it just to Obi-Wan? Okay, that's
Yes.
right.
And then Anakin just is, I guess, so
He just
skilled in it.
does it. He
He can
just does
just
it.
do it. Well, because Anakin has gone to the Force world itself, where the balance of the good and evil. I don't remember the episode, what
Yeah.
season it's. Basically, holds off both the light side and the dark side, showing that he is the true chosen one. He's not. It's not like false prophecy or anything. So I think that's how he kind of he's very in depth with the Force. But yeah, so that's how season 6 ends. Is leading into Yoda's last line in Revenge of the Sith.
Okay.
I don't have to go into season 7, but that came out in 2020 to answer your initial question. So that's 6 years later.
Okay. 6 years later.
Yeah.
And what happened? Do you know why they quit and then why it got picked back up?
Disney bought Star Wars, Lucasfilm.
Okay.
They realized that the Clone Wars kind of ended on a meh topic. Like, kind of a cliffhanger, kind of not. Like, it tied it off, but it wasn't, like, fully tied off. Like, it was an okay ending.
Yeah.
And then they brought in the Bad Batch with the first season, which I still really like. You still need to watch that.
I do. I do.
Like, that last
Yeah.
episode of Clone Wars, like, actually made me cry. I'm not gonna lie about it. Like, I got a little teared up with that.
And then there was, you said it was other spin-offs like the Rebels series. Was it
Yeah,
Rebels?
Rebels.
Yep.
So that was Dave Filoni, who was in charge of this, um, created Rebels.
Yeah, which then is Rebels where Maul comes back in and then
Yes, where you see old Alec Guinness, Obi-Wan, and Maul fight on Tatooine, and that fight is such a good fight. Like, it's such a short fight,
yeah.
but there's an interview with, oh, I don't remember who it is. I think it's Dave Filoni, or no, it's the voice actor of Maul, where he explains like the whole thing.
All right, so going back to our first question, did the Clone Wars series, 7-season series, all on Disney Plus right now, save the prequel trilogy?
Yes, I don't. Okay, I don't think it saved it. I think the prequel trilogy would have just been fine as is, but I do think that it definitely brought my generation, like all my friends that are Star Wars fans, grew up watching the Clone Wars. Like that's where,
Yeah.
like that's how we got into the prequels was through the Clone Wars.
Yeah. So your stance there's yeah. Mine would be I'll say no because the prequels are still bad.
I think it maybe didn't save, but gave a new
Yeah.
appreciation to.
Yeah, so I think
It's
the answer
good.
there, yeah, maybe it's a no. It can't save it because you still watch them; they're still the
I
same.
still, yeah, I will watch Phantom Menace, but I won't really watch Attack of the Clones.
I didn't like that one.
That one's okay. I like the end fights. And then I will watch Revenge of the Sith. I can quote a good bit of the Revenge of the Sith.
I need to watch that one still.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll start with that and then I'll go into the Bad Batch. All right, let's jump into this next topic because I think I have been fascinated by this next topic, and it's just how it's simple. How did Padme actually die?
Officially, she died of giving up. She just simply didn't have the will to live, officially. That's what's stated in Revenge of the Sith. But there is a lot of other explanations, and there's different cutscenes that were taken out because George Lucas had a time limit, couldn't release a 5 to 9 hour movie about Revenge of the Sith. There's one where Anakin subconsciously takes Padme's life force while he's like dying because he just hurt her, he's in remorse, he's not thinking about it and just takes it. Fair. I mean, I could see that, but I don't think that's a good one, but I mean, it is one.
Yeah.
Um there's another one where I don't remember where I read it. I can't seem to find it. And I think it was explained in that comic books series, the 2015 run of Darth Vader.
Ooh, okay.
But anyways, I think it explains in that comic book that Palpatine was the one who killed Padme. Took her life force, transferred it to Vader so Vader could live.
Is that canon?
Yes, this comic book is canon because it was made after Star Wars bought, or Disney bought. So the plot of the comic book is Palpatine is essentially testing Darth Vader, testing his allegiance, blah 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 blah. And at one point he says he even tries to like mess with Vader and be like, "You killed her, but it was actually me. I told you that you killed her, but it was actually me who killed her." Just to see how his allegiance would be. I mean, Vader really relies on Palpatine, Darth Sidious, for guidance and for everything. Palpatine is like Anakin's main influence throughout the Clone Wars and all that stuff. He's the reason why he turns. So Palpatine's trying to replace Anakin through different apprentices and yada yada yada, like find his next right hand man. And that's one of the points. So he tells Anakin that to make him work harder and basically just wipe out all the competition.
Yeah.
Not that there really was going to be competition, but he just to anger him more, drive him further and further into the dark side.
That's in the comic book. Does he say, "What if I did this?" or does he say, "I definitely
Again,
did this"? We'll take a look at it for sure
yeah.
because I'm very intrigued by the Anakin killing her one. I don't know if how much you looked into that one. I know you mentioned it, but that one is very intriguing to me because this is the quote from that scene in the movie. This is Revenge of the Sith. And the first thing that Anakin does, you remember this movie very well, right?
There's Padme.
Where's Padme? And then before he starts screaming no, after he says you
It
killed her.
seems you have killed her in your anger.
Yep, after he says you killed her in her anger, before he's screaming no, right? He said something along the lines of, "It can't be true. This can't be true. She was alive. I felt it."
Mm.
Now, I want to break down that line because that's very powerful. That's very powerful. That means from the moment he choked her, was it choking her unconscious or close to unconsciousness? Is that right?
Yeah, I think it was unconsciousness.
Okay. So he choked her, whatever, threw her on the ground. I don't quite remember, but I know the gist. He hurt her.
Yes.
Threw her down. She was pretty much unconscious if she was. From there, he jumps into a battle of his life of the series so far, right?
Yeah.
To at which point ends with him unconscious, losing 3 limbs on the beach of a lava lake, right?
Yeah.
And then the next scenes are him putting in all of the armor or getting the suit put on and screaming because it's painful. Right?
Yes.
I haven't seen this movie, but I just want to go by on this memory. I felt it. Next is the scene where he's conscious and he asks about Padme. Now, at what point did Anakin Skywalker reach out with the Force to feel if Padme was alive?
I feel like he could have, because he is such a powerful being, Force user. I think he could have just been subconsciously doing it the entire time, and maybe that was why Anakin or Obi-Wan was able to defeat Anakin, because his mind was preoccupied with what he had just done to Padme, what he's just did to the Separatist, what he's just did to all of that stuff. He's very distracted. I think if Anakin was in the right mindset, he could have potentially beat him. So that's why I think he was probably doing it throughout that entire fight, just making sure she was still alive.
So
And he
you're
didn't kill
thinking,
his
you're
love.
saying that during the most intense fight, Anakin Skywalker is losing He's also doing one of the most powerful Force abilities to reach out through the Force, which is typically not done through other beings other than a Master and a Jedi. And he is doing that while fighting this incredible fight and doing all his other Force powers. You're saying that you think it's happening then?
It could be, or it could be while he's dying on the lava pit. I don't know.
While he's
I mean,
dying. So that's what I'm saying. I don't believe there's
there's
any point for him to have felt it until he wakes up
yeah.
and asks, "Where's Padme?" But the only thing there is, if I'm not mistaken, they kind of show her dying the very scene before he wakes up. So
Yeah.
I'm just curious on when he felt her and why he felt her, because again, that has been one of the most powerful Force abilities, and it has only been shown between a master, or mostly been shown. I shouldn't say only. I don't know everything. Mostly been
Yeah,
shown
I mean
between master,
Leia and Luke felt each other in
master and Jedi.
Empire Strikes Back.
Okay, or brother and sister.
Yeah.
But this is lovers,
Yeah.
which could explain if he had a powerful enough connection to her, whether he created it or Sidious put it there, because he's been known to do that. And
Yeah.
then, because he
Maybe
did that,
Sidious was the
Sidious
bridge
did it.
between the two.
That's
It could
what.
have been like that.
So Sidious
Yeah.
just put a connection between the two. Anakin then was able to do this Plagueis ability, or this different ability, not Plagueis necessarily, but this different ability because of but either way, it could have been whoever created that connection. It appears that they had a connection, which is very strong. Why is it not unreasonable that during that connection he was sucking her life away to save his?
Yeah, I do truly believe that it was Palpatine who did it. I mean, he's the reason why we have Anakin. He's, you know,
Yeah. I believe
and-
there's a thing, an interview with George Lucas somewhere saying that it was not Palpatine. She just died. She
well,
died.
that's
The
George
the
Lucas,
the death is
the writer.
well, the death is to be explained. To be more explained, I guess what the writer considers what really happened is, I guess, and what they say just vaguely, bluntly, I guess, in the show, or kind of vaguely. It's very vague. It's actually one of the worst deaths ever in
Yeah,
cinema
she
history.
just gave up.
Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. We're gonna say that we don't like it. It's awful. So
Unless they were meaning as she just gave up. She simply lost the will to live, meaning her lover just completely has disappointed her. There's nothing left to go back to with him.
gonna say George Lucas had I think it was an interview, something, where it was just along the lines of him explaining, what it actually was, and basically, he said, "I'm going to be strong. We can be powerful. I can rule the galaxy. You can do it by my side." Something like that. You might
Yeah.
remember those lines, and to which she has literally been fighting that her entire life.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden Anakin turns to that, and then that is what her entire job was in the Senate. She there's evidence showing that she's the start of the rebellion.
Rebellion, yeah.
I mean, there's so much. So
Was in another deleted scene.
Yeah.
Was her starting the rebellion.
Yeah. So it's pretty I can understand a broken heart, but it's so bad for the movies.
Yeah. And just the casual, she died type of response really kind of just throws it out, But going back to some of those deleted scenes that you're talking about, how she started the rebellion. So in that deleted scene where she actually is there, there's a vote in the Senate where they start the rebellion. They vote to overturn Palpatine. Bail Organa is a part of that. Mon Mothma is a part of that vote. You can see them talking together and signing petitions in her stateroom to overthrow him. But then Order 66 happens, and then they have to go into hiding and put on a pretty face and not actually. But they still were signing petitions. So they were the start, the seeds of the rebellion. And also with that, Palpatine figured out about it and started laying seeds in Anakin's mind. This is all deleted scene. This is in a book that I was telling you about previously before we started. It's called Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith by Matthew Stover. It tackles all the scenes that George Lucas was going to originally put in but never actually did. He decided on the ending that we have in post. So some of these scenes are recorded, some aren't. Anyways, so it explains how Palpatine figures out about the plans for them to overthrow him. So he starts seeding different thoughts into Anakin's mind. One of them being that Padme doesn't like democracy anymore. Blah blah blah. Padme is having an affair with Obi-Wan. And that's when he tells Anakin that while he's in his Senate building, and that's when Obi-Wan and Padme are in her stateroom talking about Anakin, like they're just talking about him and like how he's not the same anymore. He's changing, not for good. That was so that was that. And then that makes sense why in the scene where you see Obi-Wan pop out of Padme's shuttle, you hear him, "You turned her against me?" Like that's how that line gets there. Not because at that point Anakin still would have trusted Obi-Wan. There was no reason for them to not like each other in the movies.
Yeah.
So that's where that line comes from. Not because the Jedi are evil and they tried to revolt. Another theory that I think it was just an idea that was written. I don't think there has any grounds behind it. But initially it was
Darth Jar Jar.
yeah, Darth Jar Jar. Padme was going to Mustafar to try to bring him back. She was going to attempt to talk him out of it, try to get him back. And if that wouldn't work, she had a knife with her and she was going to try to end it herself. And that's why Anakin tries to kill her. That's why Anakin starts choking her in the movies. That was I don't know if it was a theory. I don't remember. I can't even find it now. She was going to go try to stop Anakin, but obviously didn't succeed and still ended up the way she did. And I feel like he hurt her more, and that would explain why he choked her more rather than just like in the conversation just got so mad and chokes her. Like if she tries to stab him and then he chokes her, that makes a better explanation than him just, going after his love, the love of his life.
Yeah. I've got another question about Vader sensing Padme. He sensed it. That's in the movie.
Yes. I do believe that.
I don't know how. Somehow he sensed it. Could he have actually been sensing Luke and Leia?
It's highly likely.
Yeah. They were born at that point when he says it.
I don't know exactly
dead.
the timeline. If it's the timeline in which it was released, like in the cut, like
yeah,
if that was the timeline, then yes.
I guess, but it could have all been happening at the same time because there was like the scene kind of goes together where the droids are working on her, the droids are working on him, and it's back and forth. So we technically don't know at what point she died, but we know she sensed him. I don't believe the only thing about the. So here's my last thing. She senses if he's not if I don't believe he sensed her during the fight. I don't believe he sensed her on the beach or while he was getting his suit put on. Because I
He was
believe.
awake that entire time that he was getting that suit put
Yeah,
on.
but he wasn't
Palpatine,
using force powers. That's the thing. Using force
um,
powers while that is happening is another thing. Also, if he's sensing her at any of those times when he's getting the suit put on, she's in labor and already dying. So he would have sensed her life force diminishing, correct?
yeah, unless it was a brief,
Maybe.
like
If you have a
one of the
powerful
punches.
enough thing,
Yeah,
or it's he
maybe.
sensed the kids.
Well, he sensed his mom dying.
He had a vision.
Yeah,
That's different.
yeah, that is different. All right, never mind. We can cut that.
Yeah, the force visions are different than sensing it.
I don't remember where it is, but I do remember somewhere reading that Palpatine explained that he purposely didn't use any pain relief or anything for Anakin just
Yeah.
so he could be more angry, just so he could constantly suffer. And they used outdated techniques.
Look at that.
Uh,
Exactly. He's not reaching out to the force.
yeah. They used outdated
Now,
techniques just so he's in constant pain, and he uses that pain to amplify his anger and build his force.
let's say this. Maybe he sensed her. Maybe he sensed the twins. What
Maybe
if?
he was sensing Obi-Wan.
No, he said he felt her. So it's going to be her
Yeah.
or what was in her. That's what I
Yes.
believe. Now, let's say it was her. And if she would have lived, would that have killed Luke and Leia?
I think they would have been fine because they were going to hide those kids regardless. And I think she would have gone into hiding, and I don't think that he would have been able to find her.
I think he would have felt her and
He
hunted
would
her.
have felt her, but I don't know,
I don't
especially
know. I
if
guess we don't know how strong this whatever he felt was.
yeah.
But if it's strong enough to have felt her, I think Palpatine would have absolutely had him. And it's known. They put him into hiding for a reason. He would have killed his kids.
I don't think he would have killed his kids. I
You
think
don't think
he would
so?
have. No, I
Palpatine would
think
have
it would
said,
have.
I need you to hunt them down. They're going to be our
No,
demise.
no, I think they would have tried to convert them, raise them in the dark side. I mean, think about it. You have the chosen one and his offspring. You're unstoppable.
Maybe.
I think that would have been the initial thought of Palpatine. I mean, that was the initial thought of turning Luke to the dark side. They tried. I mean, obviously they failed, but they tried.
Was that Palpatine or Vader's decision?
Palpatine's.
Okay.
Palpatine was, again, I think, just trying to test Vader
Yeah.
and see how willing he is to listen to him. Like, are you willing to kill your own son for me? He's the villain, not Darth Vader. Darth Vader is just an innocent bystander. I mean, he did murder millions of people, but that's besides the point.
Palpatine would have needed her to die to create Vader.
Yes, if I don't think he would have listened, and he would have created Vader, and I think that Vader wouldn't have. I think he would have
Anakin would have
killed
been
Palpatine. I
Anakin
think
would
it
have been
would.
stronger in Vader at that point.
Yeah, and I think Anakin would have definitely killed Palpatine after what he just did to him. If she was still alive, I don't think he would have gone with her, or I don't think he would have gone with Sidious. I seriously don't. I mean,
I think he already did. He woke up saying, "Where's Padme?"
yeah.
I don't
I
think
mean,
like he was with him. I think that was clear that he went with him. He killed Mace Windu. That was when he was with him.
yeah.
Oh wait, he did kill Mace, right?
Sidious killed Mace.
Sidious killed Mace. Okay, but he stopped Mace from
Killing Sidious.
Yeah.
And that was only because he felt remorse after killing Dooku. And he's like, this is not the Jedi way. We need to stand up for trial. Unlimited power. And just threw him off the building. Which is kind of another crappy death, I think.
For Mace Windu?
I mean, yeah.
Mace Windu was a really, really powerful Jedi.
Yes. He's very similar to Revan. The reason why he has purple is because it's a balance between the light and dark side. He uses dark side, but he never succumbs to it. He uses dark side abilities, but never succumbs to the dark side. He's like the only one that actually can.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
And even Yoda is like has a lot of respect for Windu.
Here we are, 5 episodes in, and we're completely having a blast doing so, talking about Star Wars, absolutely loving it. It was a good one to talk about the Clone Wars today, for sure. How Padme actually dying was far more intriguing for me.
Yeah.
Now, you and I kind of both agree that the Clone Wars series didn't necessarily save the prequels, just enhanced it.
Yeah, that's a good word, enhance the prequels.
And then as far as how Padme actually died, you think it's Sidious. I'm very intrigued by the I guess the feeling, the connection that those two had in the Force, whatever that may be. I'm intrigued by that. That just blows my mind, and now I'm gonna fall down a rabbit hole, I'm sure. Yeah, but as always, thanks for listening or not to the R2 Detour Bros podcast. Next time, please stop by. We are going to talk about the best Sith helmets, which I think is going to be pretty cool. There's some pretty good ones. Also, like, one of them being, I think, the most iconic cinema villain of all time. And we want to ask ourselves and anybody that's on with us who the most powerful Force user ever was. I think it can be very interesting. Remember to give us your guess on the poll, how did Padme die? And then give us your thoughts in the comments about the Clone Wars, or the poll if you want to as well. We want to welcome anyone who's listening or not to this episode of R2D2. We want to welcome anyone who's listening or not to this episode of R2 Detour Bros. No, I don't like that. We want to welcome anyone who... Nope. We want to welcome anyone... Nope. We want to welcome anyone... Nope. I don't like those.